Oh, hi. I'm not Ed, but my name's Ben Un, and I just got top 16 at YCS Niagara Falls with Lunalight Orcust, which is my favorite deck. Definitely want to say thank you very much to Ed for allowing me to upload this deck profile on his channel. Very much appreciate it, and I appreciate his support and his encouragement ever since I met him at Nats last year. Really awesome guy, really nice player, and I really enjoy his, his insight and his overall approach to the game. Very, very awesome dude. If you guys haven't already, definitely be sure to subscribe to his channel and like and comment on the video as always. And if you would like to see more discussion and very, very in-depth long analysis on the Lunalight Orcust deck, I would implore you to check out my own YouTube channel, which is Sir Amanon. I go very, very in-depth. I'm talking like, 20, 30 plus minute videos just talking about this deck because I really, really enjoy playing it. But without further ado, thank you again to Ed for allowing me to upload this deck profile. And let's just get right into it. Alright guys, so starting off with the main deck here, the monster count is 25. So I played 3 copies of Kaleido Chick. It's your standard graveyard setup. It's your soft once per turn Armageddon Knight from deck or extra deck as a cost. So very, very good. I wanted to play the Lunalight Fusions, but there's just no space in the extra deck. But this is like one half of the cards that you want to see every game. You want to just be able to send resources so you can bring them back with the other half of the combo, which is Tiger. You just want to see these cards, like one of each of these, or just a way to get into them every single game. So like the whole deck revolves around just trying to spam these and get as much resources as possible to be able to link climb or make seize monsters. Very, very just awesome cards to have. Tiger is super, super important. It's a card the opponent has to respect. People will try and clear the board like of monsters that you put up, but they also need to clear the Tiger because if the Tiger stays alive, every turn it represents 3 monsters because of this card, the Lunalight Yellow Marten. So this is a card that you always send off Kaleido Chick at turn 1. And if your opponent, even if they manage to clear your board, if they don't deal with the Tiger, Tiger will special summon like a Chick back, Chicken Dump, something else. Marten can bounce Tiger back, and then Tiger special something else. So every turn you have at least 3 monsters, and that's not including your Orcust follow-ups. So like you're just guaranteed to have a play pretty much every single game. This is your themed Zephyros in grave or in hand. You'll know to bounce any Lunalight card to special itself. And it also is your searcher for your Serenade Dance if it's sent to the grave via card effect. Very, very crucial with Niagara in tandem with this card, the Lunalight Emerald Bird. So a lot of the times when you don't go Niagara Azathoth turn 1, or if you're going second and trying to break a board, you're oftentimes going to have Emerald and Marten on the field, like brought back with your Tiger follow-ups and whatnot. And this allows you to be able to, make Niagara with these 2, and then you can use Niagara's second effect to detach for an effect, which triggers this to special summon a monster from grave or banished, and this to be able to search. So you get a lot of pluses, you just generate so much advantage, and it's really, really powerful, and that's like what the deck tries to do. Emerald Bird is very, very nice to have. Some people are cutting it, but I think the interaction with Niagara comes up way too frequently, and I used it a lot this event. The first effect doesn't come up as often, but it's nice to sometimes fix your hands. And then the last card is a tech that not a lot of people play, but I like to play the one White Rabbit. It's a new inclusion. I didn't used to play this card, but it's actually super nice for forcing out back row. So what it does is when you normal summon it, you target a Lunalight in your graveyard and special it in defense. So like it's more reborn cards, which is crazy. But additionally, if you have other Lunalight cards on your field, you can bounce back row on your opponent's board up to the number of other Lunalight cards besides itself. So that includes Tiger in your scale. So what you do oftentimes is like when you do your combo, you'll go Chick to dump the White Rabbit in grave. And then like oftentimes obviously you'll have a Marten in grave because of the combo. So like you'll have Tiger in scale. So like say it's like turn 2 or 3 or whatever. So like Tiger brings back the White Rabbit, and then Marten goes ahead and bounces the White Rabbit instead of the Tiger. You can normal summon the White Rabbit to bring back like a Chick or something, and then you can bounce 3 back row right here. So like it's really, really good for like forcing Widow Anchors. It makes your opponent have to like use their Shark Cannon kind of awkwardly if like they realize that this is coming. So like it's super good in the striker matchup, and it's just nice to be like force other generic back row. And it's good for like outing floodgates too. Like you can have like this with a Tiger, and just like out there can be only one, and then like just Tiger special summon something back. You can summon this off of Perfume or Serenade Dance, and since it doesn't negate their effects, unlike Tiger, you can just use its effect right there to bounce stuff. You can search it off Perfume in later turns. It's just awesome to like have a searchable in-engine out to like back row cards. So it's really, really good. Oftentimes when you use that effect, you're going to go for game. And this deck has a very, very easy time putting out damage. So that's it for the Lunalight monsters. It's 10 Lunalights. And then I played the Armageddon Knight and Zephyros. I used to play Dark Refer in this deck, but the discard cost is a bit costly. Like it can be very detrimental to your plays, especially if you don't have like dangers or other cards that plus you. Like a lot of the times as well, like if you have this and Cloud Chick, oftentimes the Cloud Chick is just safer, so you like don't get Ash and just lose the game. So like this is nice as a backup plan if you don't draw it, but it has the added benefit of being able to send Orcust cards or Yellow Martin or Emerald Bird to trigger their effects, or you can send Zephyros even. Speaking of which, this is your searchable way through Force Tricks to be able to recycle Tiger, which is the name of the game. You just want to abuse Tiger over and over again. So that's it for those supplementary monsters. And we got Dangers. So we got double Nessie, double Jackalope, double Snake, and I played 2 Mothman. So I played 3 in previous builds, but I decided to cut it down to 2 because seeing multiples of it was really not that great. You need to have specific hands in order to like really make use of its discard effect. So I decided to just, you know, cut down on variants and be sure that like most games I would only see 1 copy of each danger name, so I have a less chance of hitting them. It's still a level 4, so it's very nice to summon off Jackalope to be able to you know, get into Azathoth or Force Tricks or just any other rank 4. They're also all different types of Curious, which is you know, very, very crucial for a lot of the combos. And of course I'm playing Orcust, so double Nightmare, 1 Harp, 1 Symbol, and a Wand. So I missed the second Harp this weekend on multiple occasions. There were definitely at least 2 games where I summoned Azathoth and then went into Mermaid, and then I got impermanence anyway. So like if I was able to pitch a Nightmare or a Harp Horror for a discard cost, it would have made me able to actually like, play through those boards. So definitely missed the second Harp. I would consider playing it for sure. But you know, the engine itself is pretty stable. I don't really feel like I need to explain this a lot. World Wand is very good for OTKs and just for follow-up plays. So definitely did not miss, or did not regret playing any of those. So for the spells, there's 17. I played 3 Tenki. It's the Rhoda, Perfume, which is also a Rhoda, but also a Reborn. Not once per turn in any of its effects. It's awesome. 3 Goods, which is like, you know, sort of not the greatest card since, you know, it does minus you, but like you sometimes just need it to get your play started, so it's totally fine. A lot of people have been cutting Call by the Grave, which is a card I played 3 of, but when you're like going in route to Azathoth, your opponents will like use their hand traps early, especially if they see Niagara come down, or like if they see you do it game 1, like they'll try and stop you earlier. And if you have like Foolish Goods to like send Perfume to like Ash that, they might even Ash Tenki. Some people did that this weekend. So Call by the Grave is just a very nice way to like make sure that your Azathoth goes through, so you don't get Nibiru, which is like the big one. But yeah, definitely did not regret playing this. It's also good games 2 and 3 for like Lancia, which is in everyone's slide deck. And I think it's just a strong defensive card, even if you don't use it for hand traps, just to be able to, you know, set and use in the Orcust matchup, which is very, very helpful. We played 1 copy of Foolish Burial, obviously, and the 1 copy of Babel. And that's it for, like, I guess the stable cards, but, like, now I have some choices that I decided to main for other non-engine cards. I played 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. I really decided that I needed a way to out Mystic Mine if, you know, Striker was running around playing that. And I think that, you know, this is a very, very solid answer to it, obviously, but it also bypasses Dingirsu, banishes Salamangreat cards, banishes multi-roll. It's just overall a nice 1-for-1. Sometimes like Twin Twister helps with the discard cost, but I would rather main a more steady card that would, you know, be better going first or second, because like sometimes when you go first and set like a Twin Twister, you don't have a card to pitch anyway. But Cyclone is like almost always alive in most matchups. The other card I would consider was Impermanence, which I did sometimes miss, but Mystic Mine was also like just a card that I really needed to respect because we just don't have any outs otherwise. And the other out is a Galaxy Cyclone. So it's a card you can send off Foolish Goods to be able to like out a floodgate, like there can, or sorry, Summon Limit or Mystic Mine. There can be only one is actually not too bad. You can utilize other cards to, you know, be able to answer that. But yeah, like the other floodgates are a big issue, so it's very nice to be able to just have another answer to it. And the funny thing with a Galaxy Cyclone actually is you could theoretically pop your own Tiger with it on future turns, which is something that never came up, but definitely appreciated the option to. So that's it for those spells, and then for traps, play the one Serenade Dance, which is staple. It's a searchable extender, crescendo for Orcust cards, and I decided to main deck Eradicator. So I'm playing the Curious Griffin combo. I wasn't going to main it originally, and like go for different boards by turn 1, but I wanted to side deck other cards, and I just needed to move these to the main. So that made this deck 45 cards total in the main. And now for the extra deck, I don't think there's too much explaining that needs to happen here. So we got one Mermaid, one Phoenix for the Orcust plays, and just obviously generic back row out. Double Galatea. I missed Longiusu on some occasions, but like it wasn't ever like a situation where I lost the game because I didn't have Longiusu. I made every single card in this extra deck multiple times over, at least 3 to 4 times throughout the tournament. So definitely enjoyed that. Curious for the Griffin combo, as well as just being able to send like Orcust if you get hand trapped and you have a danger heavy hand. Very solid stuff. I played Appaloosa, but with a Goddess. It's just a good answer to like Orcust and like other like monster heavy decks like Salamangreat. Got Borsword Dragon. This is how we win because we're not playing fusions. The fusions are very good. There's just no space. Played Neuro and Azathoth. Azathoth is crazy because it like stops Nibiru, and it just it makes sure your Mermaid almost always resolves bar impermanence. But Neuro on its own is also super nice, just attaching monsters for effect, using its first effect to trigger dangers, just get more stuff in grave. Really awesome card. One Force Strix, another searchable extender. We got the Dingirsu, obviously, and then we have the utility cards: Tornado Dragon, Abyss Dweller, and Evil Swarm Nightmare. So these are more for like Orcust, Salamangreat, decks like those. Like this is good against Pendulum as well. This is good for Striker, and you'll notice between like Dingirsu, Tornado, Phoenix, and like the main deck, White Rabbit and 2 Cosmic and Galaxy Cyclone. Even if we go second against like a back row deck, we have many ways to get rid of back row. So definitely did not miss play more back row. I kind of miss Cerberus just because I like to throw it away for the Orcust combo, so I have Phoenix later on. But I cut it for the Griffin because I want to side deck more cards. So so that's it for these extra deck cards. Just move these out of the way. Alright, and then for the side deck, I kind of would make some changes, but overall it's still a great side deck. So I play 3 Lancia. Orcust is everywhere, you just have to respect it, and I think that this card is needed. We have played 3 Gamma and 1 Driver. So this is for opponents who shotgun Lancia, or if you like go Foolish Goods to send Perfume the Lancia there, and then you could just punish them with Gamma. And then that's instant Orcust combo, which allows you to utilize your Lunalight cards for rank 4 plays as opposed to just Orcust. So that makes this really powerful as an answer to Lancia. It's really good against Dimension Shifter if Thunder plays that. It's also good for going second against like just any combo deck. There were a couple occasions where I drew both of these against like Orcust decks, and it was just insane. And fun fact, if you drop Lancia in the same turn you Gamma on your opponent's turn, the side frames actually don't get banished, so you just have more fallout for your turn. And I played 2 copies of Ghost Ogre. This is the only card I kind of regretted playing. Not because it's a bad card, but because like the matchups I play, it just wasn't great against. I expected Pendulum to be kind of scary, and I expected it maybe a bit too much. I don't really side it in against Striker. Like there's better cards for Striker that I'm already playing in the main and the side deck. So yeah, this was a card that I cut the Eradicator and Griffin from my side for, but I would maybe consider like moving Cosmics here and like maining Impermanence, or like, vice versa, putting Impermanence here instead. Not quite sure, but definitely I'm not too keen on Ogre, at least as like the side choice that I chose for this particular event, but it was still okay. 3 Twisters and then 3 Reboots. So this is for like the back row decks. Reboot is good to stop Sanctum if people are playing that. It's kind of on the uptrend again, but Twin Twister is also just a nice answer to back row decks. So I want to thank you guys again for watching this deck profile. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the video and on the channel. And be sure to check my own channel as well for more Lunalight content. It is Sir Emanon, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, guys.